Hello, this is Jim Smith at GannAnalysis.net. Today I want to show you SBUX. All I've done here is I've connected this high to this high and then moved it down here to give you a parallel line. So this is actually support, and we just recently broke below it. Now, I did this chart over a year ago, and we were forming the right shoulder, and I thought, hey, it's going to go down here very quickly. So I assumed that these cycles here, 180 month cycle, low to low, 45 months high to low, and 30 months high to low, this cluster of cycles would give you some sort of low. I figured you'd break, after this right shoulder, we got this wicked move down. I thought it would continue very quickly. It's taken longer to happen, but that doesn't change the fundamental view that, hey, this thing is headed down hard, especially now that you broke the parallel line. So the question is, what about these cycles? Well, the point is when you initially do the chart, you have to keep an open mind to the idea that, hey, this might be a lower high rather than a low. We know it's going to be an important cluster of cycles, but the reality is we're looking at it and we say, hey, 24-month cycle, 40-month cycle, or if you want, you can go, this is almost 45 months from this high here. So this cluster of cycles did call an important turn, and if you want, you can also move this over and say, hey, 30 months right here, it more or less caught a turn, in fact, I would argue that this is more important than the high. Because if you're trading, you want that lower high off which the momentum move down gets started. And that 180-month cycle did call the momentum high. You're taking the low from November of 2008 to this lower high in November of 2023. That's 15 years. And that set up this waterfall decline. So the point I'm trying to get across is you want to pay attention to those long-term cycles. And if you do the chart when you're back here, just keep in mind that you don't always know whether that 180-month cycle is going to give you a low down here or maybe a lower high, setting up the waterfall decline. So now that you've broken below this parallel line here, we can just move, we have this measured move. We move it over here and it projects a low at around 21. So, it's the same length. This line here is the same length as this line here, and that's how you project the low. Now, somebody can argue with me, hey, and they might think that, no, it's time to buy the dip, and I just watched somebody give a fundamental interpretation. Yeah, they're telling their clients to buy the dip. I think that's absolutely nuts, but, that's the difference between technical analysis and fundamental. Buying the dip when you take out this support, there's no technician that would tell you to buy the dip. Fundamentalists will tell you to do that, but not a technician. And when you take out this support at 66.69, that's going to accelerate this move down. So you can ask yourself, well, why is SBUX going down so hard? Try to find a reason, etc., etc. We dispense with all that logic as a chartist. You just look at the chart and you say, I'm not going to be worried about the fundamentals. I don't care what the earnings report is. All I care about is you took out this line, you're heading down hard, and the worst case scenario, you may go down to 21, a measured move down. So left shoulder, head, right shoulder, we're projecting the similar measured move down to 21. Nobody knows for sure that it'll really get to 21. And, what I would say is that this is how the head and shoulders projection works. Maybe it'll find support here, maybe it'll find support here, but if this theory works, if the head and shoulders pattern works as described, it should get down to 21. And, somebody can argue with me about that, but I'm just showing you what the Head and Shoulders pattern suggests. And from a Gann perspective, when you take out that 50% retracement, you will see a more accelerated move down. We're getting closer to that. 66, 69, we're at 73 and change. It's not that far off. And to me, it looks like a waterfall decline. So there's no way a good chartist will ever tell you to buy the dip when you see this pattern. That just doesn't happen. Now, I suppose you can, for argument's sake, you can say, hey, it climbs back above this. What does that mean? Well, maybe that was a low. But, right now, we're trading right now. It doesn't feel good to be buying this stock into a free fall. So I'm not telling you to buy or sell. I'm just showing you how the stock pattern works. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder. Take this measured move and move it over here. It projects a downside target at 21. So that means you got a lot more downside risk here. But I really like this chart. I like this stock because it's showing a great pattern, Head and Shoulders pattern. And, from a Gann perspective, there are other things we can show you if you're interested in Gann. Think about a 3-month trial subscription. You go to the website, hit the shop button, and try it out for 3 months. If you don't like it, you don't have to continue. But if you do like it, hey, maybe this is not your favorite stock. Maybe you have some other stock you want me to show you the Gann charts. When you become a subscriber, we will cover things that you want to see. So head on over to www.gannanalysis.net. Register. You get a few free reports, and if you like it, you want to try it out for 3 months. I think you will be impressed. It doesn't matter whether you're interested in stocks, bonds, forex, commodities, or crypto. Gann works on all markets. And, I think you'll find a lot of interesting charts regardless of your market. Thanks for your time.